Guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you are fine. Please, I have a very cracky voice. You just have to manage me like this. So in today's video, I'll be making a baby gown. I'm thinking of making it two steps. I have just 1 yard of fabric. The baby is less than a year old, and I'll be using this to mix it because my fabric is not much. So I'm losing this from a cloth I've made. So I want to use this lace to do it. So let's go into the cutting of this baby dress. I trust and believe you are going to learn something from it. So since I'm using a dress that I've used before, so I'll be starting from this upper part to do my cutting. So our half length is 7 inches, but I'm going to do 8 inches. You know, as usual, we use half inches for joining of the down parts and half inches for the shoulder joining. So that's why I have 8 inches. So yeah, our shoulder is 5 inches because it's a growing choice. I wouldn't want it to be very small for the shoulder to be tight. So it's better it's big, preferable. I'm going to use 5 inches for the armhole curve. So our neck opening, I'm going to use 2.5 inches, and neck depth, I'm going to use 2.5 inches, and I'll curve it down together with it. Then the shoulder slant half inches. So our chest is, I'm using 23. Our chest is actually 22, but I'll be using 23. Okay, now I'm going to use the 22. I don't want it to be too big. So since I'm managing my fabric, I'm going to be using half inches for the sewing allowance. Then our waist, I'm going to do 21 also. Then half of an inch for sewing allowance. Then I'll join this together. I'll do the curve. Then I'm going to cut it. So I'll be using. I'm done cutting the front piece. This is what we have. So I'm going to use this front piece to cut the back. So remember, it's going to have a zipper allowance. I decided to use the upper part of this material. Decided to use the upper part of this place because it's tinier, and I knew there'll be a zip at the back. So that is why I left this wider part. So this is the back, and this is the front. I've placed it, and I left half inches for zipper allowance. Our neck depth for the back is not going to be as wide as the front, so I'll be using just 1 inches for the neck depth. Then I'll curve it and cut it out. So this is my two piece. This is for the back. I'll slash this open. So this is for the front and this is for the back. So I'm going to use these two pieces to cut the lining. So this is the lining for the front, and the main fabric, the lining for the back, and the main fabric. So I'll set this aside, and I'm going to cut the down part of the dress. Okay, this gown is going to be a two-step flay. I'll be cutting the 180-degree flay. So this is my fabric. So I'm cutting the first step first. So this is my fabric. It's folded into two. I'm going to fold it again in a triangle form like this. Then I'll try to get our waist circumference. Sorry, the total length of this gown is going to be 20 inches, and we've already taken 7 inches for the half length, so we're left with 13 inches. So for the first step, I'm going to make it 6 inches, while the last step, which is second step, is going to be the 13 inches. So from the tip of the fabric, I'm going to take 6 inches. Then I'll see round all round. So I'll see if this is going to give us the 21, which is our waist. So yeah, this is 5.5, which is 22. But remember, there's a zipper allowance of 1 inch each, so I have to put that into consideration. So I'm going to increase it to 6.5 instead of 6. So yeah, I have 24 inches. It's better I have excess and I'll trim it out than it's not enough. So I want the first step to be 6 inches, like I said. So this is 6 inches, but I'm going to do 6.5 inches because I'll be needing half inches for the joining at the upper part. 6.5. Then the down part, I'll be piping it with a bias tape, so I don't really need an allowance for that. So taking quarter from the down is not going to affect it that much. So this is what we'll have. I'm going to cut it. So now I've cut the first part of the fillet. So I'll be cutting the widest part of the fillet now. So in this part, I'll be using like the whole of, because I'm trying to manage this fabric. So I'm folding the same way I folded the first one. This is what I have here. Sorry, my baby is making a lot of noise. The background. Okay, so I've placed this on this now. So from this tip, I'm going to take, remember, the down part of the gown is 13 inches. So I'm going to measure 13 inches, but I'm taking 13.5 here. We are really trying to manage our fabric because it's not enough. 13.5. This is what's just 1 inch of the fabric. So I'll take 13, sorry, 1 yard. And you know this Ankara of nowadays. So this is our two fillet. So I'm just going to cut a fillet lining for it. I'll be using a black lining at the down part. So this is what it will look like. So by the time I place it, we'll be having something like this. So this is it. Shut your mouth. So this is what the gown is going to look like. So this will be the upper part and this will be the down part. So I'm going to take this to my sewing machine now and I will turn the lining with the materials. When I finish doing this first part, turning it and sewing it, I'll come show you what I did. I'm going to go to this now. So this is the skirt part of the gown. I've joined the first step to the second step so that it will be easy to sew. Then I piped it with a bias, as you can see. Then this is the front part of the dress. I've turned the lining with the dress. You can see it here. Then I added a belt. I just did 3 inches, then folded into 2. Then I added the belt. You know, I'm trying to manage my fabric, so I didn't turn the body of the dress with the lining. I made it separately. So this is what I did. I joined it separately. Then I turned the zipper allowance. Then I turned the side of the zipper allowance. So this is what I have there. So this is what the back look like. So this is what the back actually look like. So I'm going to go join this upper body to the down part. So I'm going to go join it. Then I've cut out the lining also for the skirts. So I will go join it, then I'll show you how to fix the lining. This is what we have. I'm done joining the front parts, the upper part of the body to the down part, and this is what it looks like. This is the back part. So this is the lining. I want to turn the side with the lining so that we have a neat edge. So I've notched the center of the lining. Mind, I didn't tell you. You know, those down part is 13 inches. So I cut my lining to be 2 inches shorter. So I have 11 inches here. Then in an A-shaped form, that's why I cut it. Then I've notched it. So I'm going to place it like this. You see the way the cloth is now, like this. So it will be lining to lining. So I'm going to place it this way. Then I'll pin this down. I'll take this to the end here. Then I'm going to gather the excess on it. So you can see I'm done pleating the lining on it. So this is what we have. So by the time I turn it this way, this is how it's going to look. Can you see? I decided to use a black lining because the down of the fabric is dark. So that's why I decided to use a black lining. So you see, so this is what we'll have. It's looking so neat, not no rough edges. But if you still want to whip it, you can take it to the whipping house and they'll weave the inner for you. But even if you didn't do it, it's going to look neat. So this side of this lining, I'm going to turn it with the fabric because I want everywhere to be looking to be turned in. So I'm going to turn this side and do the same for the other side. So I'm done turning the lining, the black lining with the down part of the skirt. So this is all we have. So everywhere is turned in. I did the same thing for this side is turned in. So I'm going to close this down now. I'm going to close this up now. I'm going to close this up to like maybe from here. So I'll fix my zipper, fix the sleeve, and we are done. I'll give it a good press and we are done with this cutting, with this cloth. So I've given it a good press, I've ironed it, and I've also closed those parts that the zip will not be getting to. So this place that is open, I'll be fixing the zip in this side. Now this is the sleeve. This is the sleeve. I'll be turning it, I'll be putting a 1 inch band at the sleeve. That's just the design I want. So the sleeve is from here to here I have 3-4 inches because I'm using half for joining of the sleeve to the dress and half inches for joining of those down parts. So I have a total of 4 inches by here plus this. I have a total of 4 inches here plus this 1 inch is giving us 5 inches. I folded what I'll be using to turn the sleeve inside. So this is my 5 inches. So I'm going to do this and sew the sleeve, fix the zip, and I'll show you the outcome of those baby dress. So guys, this is the end look of our baby dress. You can see it's looking very beautiful. What do you think about this? It's so simple and so easy to make. This is actually for a child of 11 months, but a 1 year old child, even 1 year 6 months, can wear it because it's a long gown. So maybe you can see it's so beautiful, so easy to make. So please, if you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up and please turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever I post more video. And please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do it, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. I love you and God bless you until I come your way again in my next video. Bye.